Oberene. Ah. Fatadua baba beji dwam ogune so. Oberene.
Yo. Me das.
Yebenya first MP. Until the Yebenya first MP. Oh, councillor. So first councillor. Obijina echi.
Me das. Yes. Nyame shamo. Nti me tam asepa nyame shram why. Na yale a wodi ba ye die na me fo se me program pa na wodi ba.
Sa me no nkasa yo. What's me no kasa kracho? Who call operation na me no kasa e?
Yes. Yes.
Me no kasa.
I know.
Me no kasa but
na the program pa na wodi ba the program am face no.
Okay.
But me tam asibe play nyame shram yo. Yo. Bye.
Yes, yebeko na yakwakofa ya mame twenebo aba belande. Mame twenebo akwaba.
Papa, yo, my sister you kinkan. Amishra mo papa. Na debia ya na me ka say, ye nananom no, no omo ye abodie mu nyansape. A poto kasa me ka ne say science. Omo ye sciences for papa. And they said ne na mafo that ye woman near my ye atu agu as yempen and so ya san kofa ya ba modern ye bit me ye bia fire life at aroma san kofa ye guso then next time what ma me kiawo me busa wa kila kwan asuminya ye me hu ba bia matron ti onimu na ma mfa me on ninkita ho nyame asesa wo ho ye yo sinso adamas wa otunai na asamo amakan ma hwia de ne papa ti se de men so mo ye adi maame we di free mo fra adi enu mu a fra me maame ti ase no na wa ye ne ho ma temu ayi abatan doctor obi wo a fra wo hu maame bi da na ko na sabo fra ba di o se di be na wo twe no nko ba bi so anya hwe no aye me dedo ya kan say obopuo
body
asa obopuo obopuo o tietia na me ma ti ase say da puo bo no so na wa bofra no mu na omfa nko ma abonten eno na ma ne yekese eno na ma ne hyehe nti say ebi ana wo tete ma me maintenance efi na sakola nko ba bi so na wo de nsa wo hwe na fru so so wo hwe na sentin esensan so dia na chese yare kakra wo enye sa wo hwe na otu e bi obopuo nti so wo hwe na ekwachi ya na bia wo de nti to ya no de aka ne to ana sesem na abin se wako so mo chese e show bra o teti ade no wo mu no e show na wo mu no eno ma bra no tumi yekese no oko ba bi so da bia so amane so to de ne sabani na emu ba bi so no de ne sabani na emu se yesa katwa viri a ya tie na je so yare mami nam sa kwan so aji mo fa bibri ye na ya mami samo ya damas nam from ajasa ma woke ayeni pa dia ho ade ampa sa de woke na bra me nana no munyinyi no asem yesema kana fie so fe na mitumi hu se saade na ma ade ntokwa ba wo montempa obi ko jam ama na bum no mo ye omo huru no na ye libre sempa be fa ho ade na mtebi nkola yesema papa bi fa saade hu di asem kwese beba itu nya ye pem se mo me mo yesema na is good for you na mi chekire wo mumu se amuko school amadu ani mu kakra no amo ya body mu nyansa science no ayem frama ene ne na moyem na na moyem a eni dwuma bia wo yem ho ye sese epia bonten emu me kwan na mu ba no kwan no musa ntine ya na ye nyije sa no na wo be ye nso a okoa mu na koye ye nyina nipa mu nye enti minam sa kwan so ma sa ntokwa ne na obi a wanye no eba sa no se obi peso ya near the best in international. Go back a club is when Yan and none of ya.
Dettol laundry cleanser kills 99.9%.
Yeah, but a cow. Good. Or baby Sudin, Nakosha. I have dear. All much say, Papa.
That's very
good. Yeah, it's good for you. It's good for you. Yes, I say a bad thing. Now, dear Baku, I mean, who or me who say, send me at what Siama no moons. Yeah. Oh, send your custom from a woman. May they see what to a more. Ah, my mammy, I'm a end of Grana. You are in Chester, from now, Star Lactolus, you are walking. Oh, Mamma, Yamishamo. Bramins for your preaching. Then, no question, Lactolus, and come me home back to me. He said, now Bram could be and says, I want to cram the baby. This one, I mean, the week. And we see that near Mamma Lactolus. General cram could too. The Minan no more. Yeah, I'm in nominal temp. Ma and Ajumina by Yami Bata. So me Kodana me no more. By Yami Bata. It's me, my Uja, nine come. I'm watching my Cosonanum. Yes, I did be a crowd, and I said, Safra. A bema, what you know, your mother. So, yam to my enemy, Yaki and Nimka. I want dear the piano. Then also I asked them, Papa. And she was and from a Janet dear, and yet the bonnet said, yes, you. Then Mumbai, I obey and also actually, the big dear girl said, here, working. Would be a cold before that, or big and hawker and fun, no, boom, 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 boom. Yes, no more, me and Yanasa. Then Span can't show. Man, fan show one. It's all the show when I'm from Anna and Namo, Yama, a better know some. A bit me about class away or Bubba Flow, not the old fit. That's a bus said they all can say and can't. I won't be at then so compared Lazarus get that my nebia. Yamanado, so I am. Yet I must say.
Yet what does Papa, yet do I see very mammy. No contribution.
Nadia, Yamada, say, a freelance said, the man who said, a man will be grass, yes, so cheap, Cassama. Papa.
That's good. You are just leaving a legacy, Mammy. You are just leaving a legacy. And that's all if you say, oh, buy us or obey. Say, Ubenya. A Japadi na no one to me a live legacy. Now, if you are no dear Ben away, a dear Ben now, who knew what to say, Yabeka. When you are, Yabeka said, my mission Tricasa, my mission Tricasa. That alone is a legacy that you've left behind. That obedient to me, Enfa. There be a menu be kind when yes, Capa, Madame Fobi. Nam say, who am Van Gogh? Na me, nim dear na menya, and me who am the Madiaco.
Damase, Papa. Said the Martina, Yandina, now, no so Nakuku drew, and then you see who are the buyers.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
I am made him, I mean, Funia, but my use is, yeah. And send me Mania or Bamicasa, Mimia Mania Coshen. Now, me drew or no make on a name who's a mention dear Bacon. Nam so mean to me, sang Concohish, Madame Eco. He drew her pen. Hey, Million was some there back and I'm hallelujah. And you're now, what was that, Mr. Media back? It's me who are the crab by my ministry or coy and pneumonia and also. I have someone who is a part.
Never become one. A program specifically dedicated to her.
And near my stuff, the yin said, Papa. The name of the press or see them, I mean, would yet. The year, Yemen and I said, what? I guess I'm what created. It may teach or doubt, maybe I am one. I in also, I may pay. Oh, yeah, now I am. Now I bring it to her. Then I am one on a cheek, a fair. It's not so the jacket, boss lady. you buswa ya dream. Kind therefore, do I be now?
That's right. We're bringing the health matters to an end. It's time for legal matters. Greetings to God in the name of His Majesty. We thank you very much for doing the listening. We are bringing you the legal matters. Today, we're going to be talking about employment issues. You know, a lot of issues, a lot of problems being faced by our people in this country. We will also look at application for leave to enter the UK as a family member of a settled person by way of marriage. We'll be talking about that as well. And we will also be talking about common mistakes that people make in terms of immigration application. I will say this, visas, limited visas, it's like a sword, double-edged sword. The back can cut, the front can cut, so you have to be very, very careful. Unfortunately, sometimes when people get visas, all of a sudden, their behavior also change. And before you know it, along the lines, they do find themselves in a very, very difficult situation. So it's very, very important that we listen to today's topic very carefully. And hopefully, we can also learn a lesson from other people's experience. We thank God and we thank you all for your kind support, for your encouragement, and and also for your loyalty, because loyalty is something that is very, very important. Bantama ba for baby will be a michiachia or say ubi sika eshe ubi botum. Sasuna be queens, Sasuna Berkon, Bejini Dia, or Jenna Akono. And your special guest was Studio Hado. Just say, was sent to obey any. And to do the by idea, and say, or no quana in him. But you better any topic in a son of yet media and some panel a bray tier for, and then a bit me up way. Now, one thing that I also will talk about solicitors' cost, the lawyers' cost. Many a times people, when they are paying their lawyers, they look at their wages and they compare it to the lawyer's fees, and then they make assessment. We will try the best that we can to explain why lawyers charge so cheap, especially justice and law solicitors. Our fee is very, very cheap, and I'm going to explain why our fee is so cheap. Because when you go somewhere, you're going to pay more than us. And when you go to someone who is not qualified, you're going to pay less than us, because the person is not qualified, the person is a black market job, and therefore sometimes you pay for what you get. Many a times people run to us when the going gets tough, and at that point, any fee that you charge them, they are prepared to pay, which I find it very, very difficult to understand, that we have to cause the damage first before we start looking for the right people to sort out the problems for us. Why don't we be bold and do the right thing from the first place, and then get ourselves sorted in that way or in that manner? Today we're going to be talking about entry clearance application for spouses if you are married to British national or someone with indefinite leave to remain. We will also talk about employment law updates, different cases that has gone before the employment tribunal, and the lessons that we can all learn from these cases. And then we will look at the general sort of reasons for refusal of applications and how to avoid them. And we will also look at solicitors' cost. But before we go to the main topic, like I always say, we have to give thanks and praises to the Lord Almighty. Don't point fingers at your brother, because for the grass is greener at our feet. The lips of the righteous will preach many, but the fool die for want of wisdom. Let's go to our sister, Ebony Asida.
Your friend is the eagle. Really, I would say you keep like a hawk.
bottomless pit, you raised me up. See all the bad things I did, oh, you still did bless me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And maybe I'm a senior from my young friend.
Yes, let's give thanks and praises to the Lord Almighty for protecting us, for guiding us. Before we start this program, let's give his thanks to him.
Everything nice, everything fresh, too much money, no problem. The old dirty dress, I don't wear them. All them chats, I'm topping them. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. I give God the glory, oh, for turning around my story, oh. From studio to studio, trying to make a song for the radio. On my knees I've been praying for the Father to bless me. But the game no easy, oh, especially if you will every my nature. One and time, if you no give up, you turn my time. Close tight legs, don't get you. I say no, make it chop, you won't be on top. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na me. And maybe I'm a senior from my young friend. I now so and then my young friend, yes, and I have friend. See, I'm nothing, nothing without you, love. From the bottomless pit.
Yes, those people watching us on Facebook, all that you have to do is to click on the picture. It will take you to YouTube and you'll be able to watch us live and colored from the studios of FireLive Radio.
And I see, oh, na no na me. And I see,
Facebook is playing now. Facebook is playing games, but you can still watch us live through YouTube.
oh, na no na me. And I see, oh, na no na.
Yes, let's give thanks and praises to the Jah Almighty.
Na no na me.
Let's give thanks and glory to the Lord Almighty.
Burning palace. Right.
That's right. Let's give thanks and praises to the Lord Almighty. We thank God for making it, for guiding us, and also for protecting us. We all have to give thanks and glory to His name. Yes, today we're going to be talking about employment law update. I'm going to run that through as quick as I can. Then I will then move on to the immigration issues. It's important that we also talk about employment because being in this country. Almost everyone is here to work, and therefore we also have to know our employment rights and also to be able to understand the politics of employment law in this country, because without that we're always going to fall foul to the law and we'll find ourselves in a situation that we would not like. And hence it's important that we understand the politics of employment law in this country. Right. We call something to pay, transfer of undertaking of employers' transfers, i.e. most companies, as we know, take over other companies, or a company may lose a contract, a new company will come into play, and therefore the employers will be transferred onto the new company. And therefore, in short, it's called to pay, where people are transferred from one employer to the other. Through a change of employment terms or through a change of employment contracts, people get moved from one company to another. Now, let's look at the law, or a bit of an update in this area to pay transfers. Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs has changed its enforcement of national minimum wage liabilities, where there has been a to-pay transfer. So in effect, from 2nd of July 2018, all national minimum wage liabilities will be enforced against the transferee employer. Penalties triggered by arrears that accrued before employees transferred and the 2-pay will also be enforced against the transferee rather than against the transferor, as was previously the case. When we start talking about transferor and transferees, employer and employee, it causes a lot of confusion. So the best way to be able to distinguish the two is the key word is E. When it comes to the E, that means the person who is now benefiting from something. So it's just like a check. You know, when you sign a check to someone, the person is called payee, because that is the person that is going to benefit from the check. So that is the way I have actually been able to put this in my head, the distinction between ye and ro. So for example, when you say transferee means the company who has come in and is benefiting from maybe the employment contract. So for example, we have company A and company B. Company A is transferring the contract to company B. So the company B will become the transferee because they are getting the benefit of that employment contract. And then the person transferring it becomes the transferor. So that is the difference that, that's the only way, I think one of the few ways that you'll be able to distinguish the difference between someone benefiting from a contract and someone actually transferring it. So in this case, the Inland Revenue has changed the way they enforce liabilities in relation to national minimum wage when it comes to 2-pay. So in effect, when it comes to national minimum wage and its payment, now the Inland Revenue will expect the new company that has taken over to pay a national minimum wage to existing employees. It's very important that we understand this. So, for example, Company A had a contract. They were underpaying its staff. And it has come to the attention of the Inland Revenue. And they have decided to slap them with a penalty. Once a transfer takes place, Inland Revenue has now changed the law so that when you are buying a contract from a company A, you are also buying the liabilities of company A, and in effect, the new company will become responsible for any enforcement. So we are mentioning this, we are saying this just in case you are a cleaning company, for example, you have decided to enter into a bidding war and you have won a contract with, say, a big supermarket. And so therefore the existing employees, they've been passed on to you and the 2-pay. If there are any penalties, liabilities, enforcement of national minimum wage is going to be imposed and enforced upon you. So when you are buying a contract, it's very, very important that all these things are explored before you commit yourself to any type of contract. So that's what I would say in respect to the 2-pay transfers. Now let's look at migrant workers. The government has announced a new pilot scheme to allow 2,500 workers from outside the European Union to come to the UK to undertake seasonal work for up to 6 months on fruit and vegetable farms in order to alleviate labor shortages during peak production periods. The pilot scheme will run for 2 years, and the results of the pilot will be reviewed by the government to decide how best to support the longer-term needs of the farming industry outside the European Union. This is something that is being looked at so that once we come out of the European Union and European Union members are not coming to the UK, it has been anticipated that there's going to be a shortage of unskilled workers, especially fruit pickers, and therefore the government is working towards making visas available for about 2,500 workers from outside the EU so that they can come here and do such work. So we wait to see. We are going to see how this is going to work. There's going to be a pilot scheme for 2 years, just like as it was some time ago, working holiday visa, and this got cancelled. Some people argued partly because of the flooding of migrants from other European countries. We wait to see whether this is going to be an reintroduction of such schemes. ACAS guidance. ACAS has published a new guidance for employers and employees on employment references. People may leave their work, and basically, to get a reference from employer, sometimes it can become an issue. So a new guidelines has come out, and it's worth going to ACAS site to basically to read. In short, what it is that an employer cannot give a bad reference because it can be deemed to be a reputational damage, and therefore there could be legal consequences. So this is something that if you are an employer or if you are an employee and it comes to reference, this is something that you ought to be aware of. Victimization. This is a case of SAD and Southampton University Hospitals NHS Trust. This is a case that the Employment and Appeal Tribunal held that an employee will be protected from victimization if they wrongly but honestly believed the allegations they made to be true, even if they had an ulterior motive for making those allegations. This is a case that the claimant had made an allegation of racial or religious discrimination. The tribunal found that the allegation had been made in order to postpone an assessment of his skills and that the allegation itself was false. But because the claimant, in this case, subjectively, albeit reasonable, believed his allegation to be true, the tribunal concluded that it had not been made in bad faith. The claimant in this case was therefore entitled to protection from victimization. So just in case, you believe something to be true and even turn out to be wrong, as long as you genuinely believe, then you'll be protected. So protection from victimization. So there you go. Then we look at employment contracts and resignations. This is a case called Brown and Another against Neon Management and Another. This is a high court case where the court held that resignation on a lengthy notice period could constitute affirmation of an employment contract. The claimants in this case had resigned in response to breaches of their employment contracts, but did so on notice period of 6 months and 12 months respectively. The High Court found that it would be unconscionable to keep one's right to discharge a repudiated contract for that length of time in the face of a repudiatory breach of contract, the employee must not leave it too long before resigning. By resigning on such a lengthy notice periods, the claimant in this case had affirmed their contracts. All these jargons and Latins, what does it mean? It simply means if you are going to quit your job and sue for dismissal, unfair dismissal, or wrongful dismissal, you waste no time. You don't take a break for a lengthy period, and then when that break is coming to an end, and then you put in your resignation, and then later on you bring a claim. Once you do that, it means that you are reaffirmed your employment contract, and therefore any claim that you bring is likely to be unsuccessful. Let's put it this way as an example. Say you work for company A. Fine, there's nothing wrong with working for company A. Something has happened at work. You believe that you are being treated unfairly at workplace. Yes, we accept that. Yes, we accept that. You believe that you are unfairly being treated at the workplace. And you believe that nobody is taking any necessary action. You are not being protected. So you intend to leave the work. But before that, you have also realized if you go on sick for about 6 months, and when the time is up, you will then decide to leave so that you have more time for yourself. Once you leave it for too long, any claim that you bring, once you have decided to quit the job, it will be deemed that your behavior is unreasonable. The contract was done one. The contract kicked in again once you decided to have some time off, and therefore after a lengthy break, if you try to bring an action, it's very, very unlikely that your case will be successful. Agency workers. We know that a lot of people do agency jobs, and therefore we need to look at agency workers and see the best way forward in this respect. There is a new case called Brook Knight Garden Limited against Mati. This is a case that Employment Appeals Tribunal held that an employee on a 0-hour contracted hours as an agency worker due to the temporary nature of his assignment. If you work for an agency and you do 0-hour contract, you are not an employee. We should bear this in mind. You'll be treated as an agency worker. Why? Because of the temporary nature of your assignment. Mr. Marty, for example, in this case, was employed by Brook Knight Garden Limited on a 0-hours contract and was assigned to work as a security guard for different clients, but mainly worked for one client. Mr. Marty claimed he was an agency worker, but the respondent, which is the company, the Brook Knight, argued that he worked permanently for one client and was therefore not an agency worker. The Employment Appeal Tribunal said that the question of whether Mr. Marty was an agency worker came down to whether he was working temporary and concluded that he was. The position was indefinite. Mr. Marty was therefore an agency worker and entitled, after 12 weeks service, to the same terms and conditions as someone employed directly by the client. What are the politics between this? An agency worker and an employee. Is there any difference between an agency worker and an employee? Of course there are differences. If you are an employee, you have certain rights which is written in law. So, for example, when you look at the Employment Rights Act of 1996, it gives you so many rights, such as the right to holiday, paternity leave, the right not to be discriminated against, the right to be given the secured hours of employment, the right, to have certain trainings in your employment. You have so many rights under Employment Rights Act. The law gives you so many protection. But if you are an agency worker, the nature of your job is temporary. The agency can tell you there's no job, go home. You are 0-hour contract, I'm not paying you. Holiday fee all becomes a problem. If you don't go, you don't get paid. But the situation is different if you're an employee. Employees take certain things for granted. I.e., even if you are sick and you don't go to work, you still get paid, as long as you are able to show your sick note. Most of the companies will pay you, but if you're an agency worker, unfortunately, you don't work, you don't get paid. It's as simple as that, A, B, C, D. So these are some of the differences. And this is a case that Mr. Matty was basically fighting so that he is treated as an agency worker. Because he has been working for the client for over 12 months, and therefore, in this particular case, even though he was working for one client for over 12 months, but the court held that he was working for other clients as well of the company, which is Brook Night Garden Limited. So in this particular case, Mr. Marty was ruled to be an agency worker. We go on to the next one. Is in relation to Brexit update. Brexit is Britain, and then sit is exiting the European Union. The government has published a technical notice on workplace rights in the event of a no-deal Brexit. The notice states that there will be minimal change to UK legislation derived from EU law, and existing employment rights would not be changed. However, there may be changes in relation to employee rights on an employer's insolvency and in respect of European Works Council. In that regard, the notice recommends as follows. UK and EU employees working in an EU country should make themselves aware of the relevant implementing legislation in that country to confirm whether they will still be protected in the event of their employer's insolvency under the National Guarantee Fund established in that country. Now, we look at employment status and personal service companies. This is a case from Sprint Electric Limited against Buyers Dream Limited and another. The High Court has expressed concern about the level of artificiality involved with the use of personal service companies for tax avoidance reasons in an employment context. In this case, neither party had questioned the status of their relationship, which was governed by a service company arrangement. However, the High Court said that there was a the High Court said that where a court had concerns that labels chosen by the parties to apply to their relationship were untrue and had been applied as a tax avoidance scheme, it could and should consider the issue of its own motion. I.e., this is a company, people set up an accounts company, they set up their own companies, and basically they use tricks in the system to try to defraud the taxman. I think it's too complicated, and therefore we're not going to go into details in that respect. Enforcement of Equality Act 2010. The Women and Equalities Committee has launched an inquiry into the enforcement of the Equality Act of 2000. Among other things, it has invited evidence on how easy it is for the public to understand and enforce their statutory rights, and whether enforcement of the Equality Act of 2010 succeeds in securing a change. We're going to have another 2 cases, and then we move on to immigration. Implied term of trust and confidence. This is a new case. James Bowen and Commissioner of Police, the Metropolis. This is a case that the Supreme Court found that an employer does not owe a duty of care to conduct litigation in a manner which protects its employees from economic or reputational harm. Sexual harassment. The Women and Equalities Commission has produced its report on sexual harassment in its workplace, and the recommendations are as follows. A mandatory duty on employers to protect employees from sexual harassment in workplace. A duty for a public sector employers to conduct risk assessment for sexual harassment and then mitigate risk. Reintroducing employer liability for third-party harassment. Extending sexual harassment protection to interns and volunteers. Extending the time limit for bringing a claim for 6 months. As we all know, if you need to bring a claim, the claim is for 3 months. If you don't bring it within 3 months, you can forget it. Your application will not be accepted by the court. Enabling tribunal to award punitive damages, i.e. to be able to give you more compensation if you take them to court. And limiting the use of confidentiality clauses in settlement agreement to govern approved standard clauses. I'm sure we all understand this. Holiday pay and voluntary overtime, i.e. following its earlier decision in Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council against Willets, the Employment Tribunal confirmed that voluntary overtime can qualify as normal remuneration for the purposes of calculating holiday pay under the Working Time Directive if it is paid over a sufficient period of time on a regular basis. In this particular case, the Employment Tribunal also held that a clause in the NHS Terms and Conditions of Service, which stipulates that holiday pay is calculated on the basis of what an employee would have received had she or been at work, gives the employees a contractual entitlement to have non-guaranteed and voluntary overtime included in the calculation of holiday pay. The employment, I think this is what I'm going to be talking about in terms of employment law update. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, of course, we will continue with the program, because I know that a lot of people are more keen on immigration. So we're going to take one commercial break, and we'll be back.
She run up there, Sammy Gidio. Minji dio, napa. Sami jindio, hey, minyate. Me wu sami jindim pom, hey, she run napa. Oh, radio ya bia mami oh, I am a sad yes. Hey, she run napa, me wu sami jindio, minyate. Yeah, me wu ni ami fo. Hey, she run napa, abo. I am a sad yes. Hey, opinion in you. I am Diana Meswa, opinion in me what's me. Diana, opinion in me. I am a sad yes. Opinion in me. I am Diana Meswa.
Yes, Obi Enyaneo say Diana Oswa Obi Enyaneo. There are so many people in this country. They don't have papers. They've been fortunate enough. They have met their loved ones in the UK. Their loved ones are British citizens, or in some cases, a holder of British passport or indefinite leave to remain. I.e., they want to sponsor their spouses, their boyfriends, their girlfriends. They want to get married. They are torn. They are not sure what to do. There are so many information out there. These people are very, very confused. They've been to different lawyers. They've been told that you cannot make the application from the Home Office in the sense that maybe the individual concerned has overstayed their visa. And therefore, the only practical thing to do is to go home and reapply to come back in. A lot of people are confused. They are in this situation. People are telling them, if you go, you are not going to come back, so be very careful. Because of that, some people are scared to make the move. The question that I'm asking you today, is that always the case? If that is always the case, would you advise someone to go home and reapply to come back in? A lot of people have formed the opinion or the perception that, when you go, you are not coming back because you have breached the immigration rules or you have overstayed your visa in the UK. And for that reason, when you go, automatically your application will be refused. A lot of people have formed that opinion, but I am here to tell you that that is necessarily not the case, because the rules are the rules. If you're able to fulfill the rules, the Home Office will issue your visa without a problem. How you present your case is also very key. You cannot just say that, let me just dump everything. If you're able to arrange your documents properly and you see the right advice from the right people, you're going to go and come back like a shot. No one will be noticed that you've gone and come back. Today, I'm here to talk about this type of applications and the best way to prepare before you go to put in the application. We all know, our country, Ghana, if you want to get married, you have to give 21 days notice or sometimes even longer. But the reality is this. You can actually go back and come back to the UK successfully, provided that you listen to this, you follow the requirements, and basically you get to get someone who knows what they are doing to do it for you, so that you don't go and messed up. It's very, very important. We all know that once you overstay in this country, or once you enter illegally in this country, the law makes it very, very clear that such individuals have breached the immigration law, and therefore they are subjected to immigration control and removal from the UK. We've come across so many people, they've been in this country, they've had the advantage of having experience in this country, but unfortunately they'll be sitting there, will not take any steps to regularize their stay until such time that they have been detained, arrested. That's where they start screaming for lawyers to come down and rescue them. But what we have to know is this: when you are submitting an application in this country, if you follow the requirements, if you provide the right documentation, you'll be fine. if you need to go back home, it's a different kettle of fish, because there is a higher risk that when you go, you might not come back. And it is for more reason. It is, it is a reason that in this type of applications, you do what? You get your lawyers involved for them to do a successful application for you, and also to minimize the risk of going and not to be able to come back. It's very, very crucial. It's very, very important. Now, they call something mandatory ban. It's very clear. It's very, very clear that if you overstay in this country, then of course you have to be punished for overstaying in this country, and therefore any future applications, then they could do what? They could link it up and they can use it to refuse you. However, if you get the right lawyers, the right documentation to help you with your application, the chances of being refused reduces significantly. So it's very, very important that we are aware of this. Say you met someone, you want to go home, you are planning of going home. A lot of people will ask, what is it that I need to do? Is there any letter that I need to get? Of course, you need to do something before you go back home, because the reality is this. For example, I've come across people who have come to the UK, they've never been on a plane before. You wonder from all the way from Africa, how did they get to England? You wonder. However, these people will tell you that, they have to walk through the Sahara Desert all the way to Libya and get a boat from Libya to Italy, Italy to Belgium, Belgium to France, France to the UK. This is a common, journey that a lot of people make, and therefore I'm only just using that as an example, or what you call a template. Yes, once you've come here illegally, the law says that any application that you make must be refused. If your visa has expired, once again, if you are making an application, the chances are that it may be refused. However, to be able to make a successful application from outside, I would say you need to know the requirement. And then, we're going to go through the requirements under Appendix FM of the immigration rules. Are you to be successful? Of course, you need to be able to demonstrate that you are actually married to the person, your sponsor. Your sponsor is either UK citizen, or your sponsor has got permanent or indefinite leave to remain in the UK, or the person is a British passport holder. The second one is that the person must understand English and to be able to speak English. And therefore, when you are coming, the requirement is that level A1. Once you come in and you are asking for extension, it's A2. But I always advise my client, you can do better than that. Just go and do B1 so that it covers everything. So that's what my client do. So if you're able to satisfy the English test requirement, then the next bit is accommodation. The person sponsoring you to come to the UK, can he actually accommodate you? If he's unable to accommodate you, the application is likely not to be successful. Money, cash, l'argent. You are talking about £18,600 gross salary per annum. If the individual does not want, or the person thinks that they cannot meet the requirement, and they are thinking of using part of their savings to be able to beef up or top up their income, to show that they can if you like, they can support the application without any further recourse to public funds. So they might use their cash savings to support such an application. Evidence of communication, this is where it gets a bit tricky, because a lot of people do not communicate. Even if they do, they don't have evidence to support such application. It's very, very important that you keep all these records, because if you need to go and get your partner or perhaps your child, sometimes all these evidence are very, very important that you need to include with the application for you to be able to move forward with this. So when it comes to marriage, these are the key provisions or the key things that I wanted to talk about today. So it's very, very important that you are able to meet these requirements. The major problem that people have is in terms of meeting the financial requirement. A lot of people have difficulty meeting the financial requirement, and the question that we keep being asked is whether they can use savings. I always believe that if I always believe that when you have to go home to make an application to come back in as a spouse, it's important that you get legal advisors involved. I'm not saying that bring all your cases to me, but all I'm saying is get professional people involved so that they can help you to make a successful application. If you decide that you not get anyone involved, but you can do it yourself, make sure that you know what you are doing. It's very, very important. When it comes to cash savings, using that towards the financial requirement, then of course you need to understand the calculation that must be met. So, for example, how do you use financial savings as part of your meeting your financial requirement? The formula that's been given by the Home Office is X minus 16,000 divided by 2.5 equals to Y. If you want to use part of your savings, i.e. to meet the financial requirement, or use all your savings to meet the financial requirement. And the formula is X minus 16,000 divided by 2.5. What does that mean? X is amount of your savings minus 16,000 pounds divided by 2.5. The 2.5 represents the year that the mom or the father or the client's partner or the sponsor should be able to meet. So, for example, if the sponsor have a savings of 62,500 pounds, then what then happens? 62,500 minus 16,000 divided by 2.5. If you are able to get about 62,500 pounds in your account as savings, and it stays there for about 6 months, and you can bring evidence to provide how the money got into your account, then of course you'll be able to use the savings of 62,500 pounds to pay, or not to pay as such, but to show that you meet the financial requirement. Because if you're able to have a savings of 62,500 pounds, of course, that can be used to meet the financial requirement. If, for example, you have a savings of 40,500, by using the same formula, you should be able to do what? You should be able to have 8,800 pounds, or to show that such amount has gone into your account. So it's very, very important that we understand this. If the person has got 33,000 pounds, the answer will be 11,800. That's all that he needs to demonstrate or show that what is able to meet the financial requirement. Can give so many examples, but that is how it is. So going back home is not a joke. The person has to do English test, and you need to be able to support the individual. Yes, you'll be surprised. Someone is on the line. Unfortunately, we have not activated the telephone lines yet, and therefore we will not be able to answer the telephone calls at the moment. Bear with us. We will soon activate the telephone lines, and we can take your calls.
I will sing and praise my God. He's my strength and my strength. When I want to miss
Say on say that. Okay. Now let's go to okay, cash savings. Done that. Done this. Now let's look at general reasons why a lot of the times applications are refused by the Home Office. Very strange, Anna Ubioka said, I say we very common. But it does happen. One of the main reasons why a lot of Home Office applications are refused is the fact that a lot of people complete or they fill out wrong application forms. They fill out wrong application forms. It is very, very important. Ubeka say, now we better fill a wrong application form. One of the issues is this. Home Office, many a times, in some cases, every 2 to 3 months, omu change application form. Yes. Entino say, example, may your application now the Home Office forms are omdiaba out no a July version of settlement application form. Nasa meko print March version of settlement application form. To some extent, I have deviated straight away. And then I said it to you, no, because when you don't practice in the area, you might not know whether there has been a change of the application form or not. It changes all the time. So if you put in your application in, for example, September, and we have the August version as the latest one, Nase uko choose March version at the complete form now. Straight away you have deviated, and the consequences is that Home Office may refuse your application or may reject your application. If the application is refused, you lose your money as well. The only refund that you're gonna get is the NHS fees. So it is important that before we take the initial step to complete an application form, we check to see that it is the correct version of the application form, and it is also the correct application form. Because many a times, people will say, well, my lawyer has done it for me once, and therefore let me go and take my file. And next time I'll be able to do it myself by looking at the example that the lawyer has done. But what people have to realize is this. The law changes, situation changes, and therefore you might do the same thing as the lawyer did 2 years ago. You do it in 2018, your application could be refused on the basis that the law has changed and you were not probably aware of. So it's very, very important that we take this into an account when we are making any move. Because you need to realize, you need to ask yourself, do I take the risk of doing the application myself? DIY, whilst it means do it yourself, it can also means damage it yourself. So this is something that people ought to think about before they make a decision to go alone or to get a legal representative. If you go alone and it goes wrong and you start running for representative, you have to realize that you're going to pay more. It's as simple as that. That's the reason why I said I will also talk about solicitors' cost. Because a lot of people, or some people, refuse to understand that the work that solicitors does is not the same as the work that maybe everybody does. Because, in this country, service providers and professional jobs, you cannot compare that to semi-skilled job or unskilled job. You cannot say that you get paid £8.50 per hour, and therefore your lawyer should get £8.50 per hour. You cannot make that comparison, because the skills involved in doing your job and the skills involved from the lawyer doing his job, they are not the same. So it's very, very important that we don't make unfair comparisons in this respect. So completing wrong form is one of the main problems, or one of the main issues that come up in terms of rejection of applications. Secondly is fees, application fees. If the application fee hasn't been paid, it makes the application invalid application. Home Office have been so kind of late, they will simply write a letter to you advising that your visa hasn't been paid, and therefore giving you 14 days to pay. If you don't pay, application will be rejected, and that will be it. So it's very, very important that you send payment, the right amount of money, or you make the correct payment to cover the cost of the application, as well as any other costs associated with the application, such as the NHS fees. Some people argue, why is it that when you come to extension of your visa, you still have to pay the NHS fee? So unfortunately, it is the law. There's nothing that lawyers can do. If you feel passionate about this, you think that they should not charge more for it, you can go to your MP and lobby your MP so that this issue can be raised in Parliament, so that it can be discussed for the right thing to be done. So, second one is the payment of fees. A lot of people send their applications without paying the right fee, and it end up messing up their application for them. The next one is evidence. Sometimes people think that putting in evidence or more evidence will save their bacon. You see, evidence cannot win a case, or evidence alone cannot win a case. That's what I should say. Evidence alone cannot win a case, and therefore it is important that whilst if the evidence is there to be able to support your case, it's also important that you are able to deliver. Many a times people will just go and make mistakes, and then when it goes wrong, they start looking around to look for someone to blame, and especially lawyers. So it's very, very important that before you make any move, you yourself, you need to advise yourself, that the step that I'm taking, the advice that I'm giving, is that going to help me? If it's not going to help you, it doesn't matter who is giving you the advice. I think you need to make that decision. Very, very, very important. Another area that we should also look at is unfair comparisons. Someone will be comparing their situation to another person, and many a times you see that as lawyers, when people come to us, they will say something different, and when they see their friends, they will also say something different. And therefore, in this respect, I will say that we all have to make sure that each and every individual case is different. You cannot say this person's case has gone that way. Why is it that my case did not go that way? Sometimes evidence can tip a balance in your favor. Sometimes, whether you have a visa or whether you came here with a visa or not can also, make a difference. Sometimes the caseworker that you will get can also make a difference, because some caseworkers will be very, very, very deep. They will go deep, 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 deep. Some caseworkers, if they are convinced with what they have, many a times, it becomes a simple case and they will simply just go and make their decision. But sometimes, you meet a hard caseworker, regardless no matter what you say, they're going to fight, and they're going to fight. So this is something that we also ought to be aware of, because sometimes when you compare yourself too much, direct comparisons, you get disappointed, and it doesn't help in majority of these cases. So all that I would say is this: immigration and nationality is very, very complex area in the UK. Before you make any move, try and seek legal advice. Many a times people don't want to seek legal advice. They don't want to pay money for someone to provide them with a professional service. But it's human nature, i.e., we all want to pay nothing for something. And these days, God bless you has become a currency, whereby everything we will say, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And we don't want to pay. That is the funny thing. We don't want to pay. But it does not help. Because if you pay, it also paved the way for people. If you pay, it also paved the way for people. And it helps us to sustain ourselves and to also to sustain people that will come to us. The free advice that I'm giving here, because of people who have come to us, we have been able to sustain ourselves. We have been able to pay for airtime, to come on the radio, to also to advise our people, and to also to advise our clients. So it's very, very important that we keep it going that way. We thank the engineer. Now you can see us on Facebook. So people watching us on Facebook, unfortunately, you will just be able to see part of the show because we done a bit of talk beforehand. But it's better than nothing. You can also see us on YouTube. So if unfortunately you were unable to, if you like, to see the beginning of the show, after you listen to this, you can go to YouTube and continue from there. So that's how it is. I will go through again. If you have met someone in the UK, I will say this to you. And your partner, your wife, your husband is British national or is got indefinite leave to remain. Do not sit there for someone to put a fear in you. Because I've seen so many people, they will come to us, Ghana lawyer, for help. When they have gone and messed up, at that point, they're going to say that you are my brother, help me. But the person has already messed up his case or her case. And it has become a bit of a habit that it keeps repeating itself and over. I sit here. If you go and mess up and you come, I will do the best that I can. If it doesn't work and you're going to go around and say a Ghana lawyer is not good, I don't think that will have any effect on me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to take my money and do the best that I can. In this country, if you make the move and the move is a wrong move, it follows you forever. So do not sit there for things to go wrong before you turn around to say that you are my brother, help me. Because when you are a cousin, your Ghana brother lawyer, you were not saying that you are a brother, help me. You were happy to go outside and pay the money. But when all things fall apart, this is the time that people run to us. But for me, if you go and you run to me, I have to charge the market price. I'm not going to sit there and not charge the market price, because I also have to make a living. When you went to a non-Ghanaian, you were happy to pay. So why should you not be happy to pay me for me, hopefully, to rectify a problem that you have created yourself for you? So many people come to us every single day. And it seems to me that it keeps repeating itself every day. You will do a good job for them, and they say, no. Though it's a good job, but I have to comb the market. Someone said he's going to charge me, say, £100. Why should I go and pay £150 to lawyer Darko? Whilst another person is going to charge me £100. And many a time before you know it, this person is not even a lawyer. And then they are happy to go and pay the £100. For me, this is the way I see it. If I pay £100 to non-lawyer to do my application for me, I think it's £100 too expensive. Because to go to an unregulated person, you know the person is not regulated. When it messes up, you complain. Who are you going to complain to? Nobody. So it's very, very important that we are aware of these things. Today we've talked about marriage application from outside the UK. If you get married to an a British national or someone of indefinite leave, and the law says that if you make an internal application, if you don't have a visa at the point of the application, your application is subjected to refusal under general grounds of refusal. So for me, it is important that you do the best that you can to position yourself and do the right application at the right time. The fact that you have overstayed your visa in the UK, the fact that you were living in the UK illegally, I will advise you that You must go home and do the right application and come back in. I remember somewhere in February, this lady called me. And when she called, I did advise her, look, your partner is British. If you make an internal application, the application will be refused. She did not like what I was telling her. Fair enough. So she went to someone who is not a Ghanaian, because apparently Ghana lawyers are rubbish. I did not know that. So she went, and so far she has spent about £6,000. She was happy to pay it, and I've never heard her complaining about where the person is from and how rubbish they are. But to some extent, I got comfort from that. Because if I had done it and have charged her half of that price, my name would be everywhere. But Adako was taking my money, he couldn't do the application. Ghana lawyers are bad. You see? So this is what happened. Spent about £6,000. She went to report because after her application was refused, she had to go and report. She went one day, they grabbed her. They bought a ticket for her that they were going to deport her. Notwithstanding the fact that she was in a doable relationship with a British national for a period of more than 2 years. And in fact, the person is English, native English. And this woman is a Ghanaian. But yet application was refused, a ticket was bought for her. It came to a point that she was ringing the lawyer. The lawyer was not even answering. Out of compassion and sympathy, she later called me. Lawyer, I came to see you in January. You gave me an advice. I did not take the advice. Now this is my predicament. Is there anything that you can do for me, lawyer? I beg you. Just like the Lord Almighty, just like the prodigal father and the prodigal son story. The situation was terrible. Without payment, without nothing, I was able to give a free advice. That if they deport you, if they remove you at the expenses of the public purse, you are going to get it tough to come back. So my only advice to you is buy your ticket as fast as you can so that you can leave before the date that you are supposed to leave the UK. Because after all, you are the detention center. So I guided them. They bought their own ticket. She left the country. Now, the case is now before me and I'm fighting for them. And I know that it's not going to take too long. She'll be back to the UK. I was just speaking to her yesterday, and the question that I asked, if someone say Ghana lawyers are rubbish, what would you say? Because what's when so aswa ensa ana wohu de emu eye de emu edu saso da empanimfo say de onim to no ye de no gina twene ano enti do ba so justice and law ahwe no. I will say no more, but se wonso bibi hwe ya menka se enye justice and law de nyankopon enam yeso eye awon adwuma bebre. We will keep fighting for people who have trust in us, people who are loyal to us, people who believe that we can do their job for them. And any referral too, we will do the best that we can to justify the refusal or to justify the referral. A story can be told from different angles. It's a repeat. Mama support ye. Some more referral for my we will justify the referral. And you must say, dear, said you, yes, adepa enkamfo ne ho saa so ne mpanimfoɔ se oye adepa papa hyiaw na se papa di wachi ewiase na etina round. What goes around comes around. Now yet the justice and law they see any so say yet the nokre any loyalty ebe ye adwuma ama your clients are the loyalty my your clients are omo ewugidie yumu your clients are they are prepared to put their neck on the line for us. Within the law, we will do anything that we can to help them to achieve their objectives. Inti yedamasi pi. Ebe amatro for natum na se obiya ewo question bia. Ono so etimi ayede ono so etimi afre na chese otimi ayede ebusa. Na mo panyini bi wa ene ono so etia. Na yesi be buy na man can be die ene na ba be ye die. Empenifo se wani dem aye digyaw. On sa dem dia ye ni enye die enyaw. Sasus na saban kwan wodon satuma udi ewu wani ewu ene na onya ye die wanya di preko. Enu nti no eja bi wa ha. Na ebia matrofo ni tuma emese me ma na kwan na ono so etimi ayede akasa kakra na minim panyini for about 4-5 years ni na oba adwuma justice and law pa crofo chomo ba de me kra na misuro obia so diwa odi ni case about justice and law anko yeda enti lawyers no masa no justice and law ye nka ho ye nsan enti no sebio ye kan ni ato sebe ye de ye refuse to say ye de ye nsan because adwuma bi obeba ye nimbia no we do our best.
Oh, what a rat race. Oh, what a rat race. This is the rat race. Rat race, rat race. A summer love summer, a summer boss a summer jack city. Oh, what a rat race. Rat race, a summer gorgona, a summer hooligan, a summer guinea gaga. In this year rat race, yeah. Rat race, I'm singing that when the cat's away, the mice will play. Political violence fill your city, yeah. Don't involve Rasta in your say. Rasta don't work for no CIA. Rat race, rat race, rat race, yeah. Rat race. I'm saying when you think it's peace and safety, a sudden destruction, collective security for surety, yeah.
Also, when you think you are safety, when you think you are safe, collective security. When there is abundance of water, the fool is still thirsty.
Rat race, rat race, rat race. Oh, it's a
Okay, also, so it's a self-disgrace. I listen to Bob Marley a lot because of the proverbs and the strong words that he uses. You know, Bob Marley never speaks straight, but he speaks parables. You know, it's a proverbial man. All that I'm saying, this song is this: when you think you are safe, watch your back, because in this life you are never safe. When you get your 2.5 years and you call yourself a father and you are not a father to your children, you don't father your children, you don't go to their schools, you don't go to their churches, you don't take to the GP appointments, you better wake up, because home office is awake. These days, when you do an application for extension of your visas, Home Office go back. They go to the schools, they go back to the GPs, they go back to the churches and ask whether you are still involved in your children's lives, whether you drop the children at school or not. And if even you drop the children at school once in a month, that will not be deemed to be sufficient. So people, we have to wake up. When you think it's safe, when you think you are in a safe environment because you've got your 2 years, so now all wisdom is there upon your head, you better watch out. A lot of people are now getting their applications reviewed by the Home Office. We live with women and we are taking them for granted. You know, I remember someone saying that this lawyer, when he comes on the radio, he only speaks for the women. I speak for the women because many men are the ones who are taking liberties. Not saying that some women are not taking liberties, but believe in me, many men don't want to be part of their children's lives, or they choose not to be part of their children's lives. They only show interest when they want papers. That is a fact. You can say that I'm lying, but I will say to you, majority of men, when they want papers, they are happy to be humble. They are happy to take their children to school. They are happy to take their children to GPs. They are happy to take their children to church. As soon as they get the papers, oh, lawyer ne kra wonya nasem. Me adwuma me say paper ne kra mpoba me tu nipa nefo. I tell you, say, when it comes to extension, these are the requirements. This is what you will need. But I always say this to people. Enkrata are two things. Either it will send you to your grave, or it will do what? It will uplift you. But the choice is yours. A chrome will be into a before. This is Babylon. Because then you'll be in a tomo obidi. Now, emom se oko mess yapa. Men for ni bring you lawyer so. Se unfa obanko school. Na se Home Office ko refuse application. Men ka se lawyer you na ye na ye. Ka se man fa me banko school and you refuse me. Se one fa obanko church. Na se kofra sorry one more. Na se kobusa say how many times anapa pay edeneba aba church. Na so sofika say the whole year on naba church wana. E dia na kire say religious upbringing of the child no you are involved. 52 Sundays a year. Na so dia krana ko once pa osi you are involved in your child's life. We are fed up of part-time fathers. Someone will sit there and curse me. But adia enyo no ana se edura enyo no eno ne sa yare me bo ho ne masabo ho biem because many at times a memani nya nkrata na or to go to hell na wagya wasi edru extensioner lawyer pacho mami from eneko ube frame so lawyer pacho mami the phone e beto so menya marriage counselor ana menya osofo untua tight any collection mami ko osofo Adena unya depart from the first place in order not to bring this stuff up. Unya 2.5 years na unye you, or 7.5 years that when him. Unya 5 years na unye you, or indefinite that when him. And to do obey your piano at the when him will obey your body and it's school, you have to participate in it. You have to be involved. Parent evenings, a mamunya man and kwa. Anya jama mano, one of our chronicle. Ma ye busy me ko adwuma sika ne pedi demetimi aka no when you think it's safety Jamaicans will say safety a sudden destruction I want to say yes because adwuma na wo de si woni so too much amfa akra ne nko school onfa ne nko GP onfa ne nko church no e be refuse application ubenya time atene fie edi hia because a chrome was wonya adwuma eni be hia opa entino we eye afutu sometimes one have to be hard, one have to hit the nail on the head before it works because after in a Home Office every refuse to enter for application especially those on 2.5 years visas. Entino, yemfentu ye because it's unfortunate, but that's what's going to happen. na eboboba enti no yemfantu ye hofo
you're too rude. Hey, oh what a rat race. Oh what a rat race. Oh what a rat race. This is the rat race. Rat race, rat race. A summer love summer, a summer boss setter, a summer jack setter. Oh what a rat race. Yeah. Rat race. A summer gorgona, a summer hooligan, a summer guinea gaga. In this year rat race. Yeah.
Yes, the lines are activated. If you are not calling and ask any question in relation to immigration and nationality, you can call in now. The number is 0203 002 8482. If you are calling from the United States of America, the number is 312 238 9510. If you want to call from Italy, the number is 068 938 5813. If you're calling from Spain, the number is 938 023 038. Pachoben SAO Cham will be a friend and send our friend. Because Pastor D and Christ the Livingstone is also about a Jumedia, so about 1 o'clock. Pepe. It's all question be an episode Friday is the time to call. Because when there's abundance of water, the fool is still thirsty. Yes, Mr. is here. Your visitor be waha and area. I'm very glad they say Papa it's me I join here Wahanamo. Say Papa about 5 years ago no be home. Now only justice alone they shibum all the time. On the doku jam because Ghana lawyers new good and show beto chedio. Timam Namam say Ghana for lawyers here rubbish and muhini wati. So be a rubbish, I made them your rubbish what lawyer da kon say me to me home in your rubbish I know my value. That's not Papa so know me value. So doku jam say me rubbish and show no beto to chedio. Aha, Mr. Now it is saying. Masa boomae. Ade anope wonke mana.
Anope wonitua. Just say enijia e wo makom free bra me di shia ebesi me no. Ena ma me di to ha say o kasa no pra me emi ma no papa.
Ene so de waba. Because dada na ka so nyame ya adoma obetimi aba down na afi no. Woni abetwetwe komo kakra. Na obaya omom se Ghana follow yes rubbish no. I said yes na wo ma wo. Obi aba line so ni akrompa cho gina so ma why. Ene mani abere pa because enkrofo rubbish and rubbish Ghana follow yes, which is very very unfair because emre pi no anybody nim say baby a wo ko ni nipa nye lawyer. Adia efunti adifo denti. But if you so no bantima ba for ne kan asem. Obi si cash obi botum. So but any pan pepenti no akofo obi onye lawyer. Anko ye pe no de Ghana for lawyer nam. No di atem. Oko ba bi su ne ko se ya ende won kan wo. Adenti na nya ye nema ye se ye nema. Enti Ghana for lawyer rubbish. Me I'm telling you plain lawyer dako me nye rubbish.
Lawyer meet me me japadi we asin na to.
Hey,
dear or say lawyer danko rubbish no. Meet me japadi we asin na to.
That's right.
Say enya no credit.
That's right.
Na embenifo say o kwa ten o ba ten do gina ho no oni atentro do.
That's right. Bobi sa ka ni bi. Positivity e be ni bi.
So o kwa ten o ba ten do gina ho no oni atentro do.
Sa?
Enu nti na meti hase no.
That's right.
Na ubu be mi enu bi.
That's right.
Embenifo say be queen o ba gini dia o gina kono. Na dia ma me busa be we no. Me ma dwen say me pamwa e won kratase mu no. Enipa o mu bo udin no. Ememu say no kre. Udin na waje no. who didn't cancer, but crab I no.
That's right.
The same thing is and wow, the abua, and you may papa boy, Juma Buntino, and only a dear wageno. Na and penny for see, when in Kaka. Say, you know to know only a digital action in one.
That's right.
Na so obi num to na digital action no dia.
What to any year?
O
ko to papa so.
Sanity. Eti lawyer da ko de. Meka ne say UK ha meti de. Me nyame o ma me nkwa e de me ko ba free wa. Eye me manso se mu de. Uda me seni fa so pe.
Oh, me da wase fa. Me da wase wanu hwam. Ana yesi e kan ko. Evidence ne wo ho.
Eno na meka say o ka ten ba ten do gina ho no ani aten trodo.
That's it. Aten trodo. Ate.
Controversy was me suma ni meni.
That's right.
If me aka san meni e mi suma.
Positive have you then. Positive, yeah, catch you out. You know, yeah, catch you out. Eja, you don't see. Nadine, they say, Eja, will be one. What me, I say, Papa, you pro say, when I move Fire Life Radio, so no.
You, me, I guess I'm in the Ernest AJ. Na, my concording, a day air pomba, not just a pomaba.
That's right. Pomaba no what?
Pomaba.
That's right. Okay. Yenya calls be on tea yemfa woman ayonko. I mean, all jokes aside, me make us say open service in this country, you pay for what you get. Say open enkwanchen lawyer opinion bi. You're from stomach lawyers. Or the nefuna ye juma. Obeju sika obedi eso man fa so ma. Oba justice and law meju sika medi eso be ban fa so ama. Cause me call law school yan fan chemi sebio. Baby amete no metua water bill, metua light bill. This week could be frame. No nya crowd can see me, to be honest. Number say me bounce phone. But me bounce wa e rude, enye obu. Nam ka che ni pa na say me sre no so onye ready a mo frame me bi. Na me kasa asem because e di pa no oba ko gina baby, akọ change asem no, akọ kan asem foforo. Wa free. Also person ba consultation. Yes, consultation £80. Was it only boarding? And I'm saying fair enough, send a charge. Obia send a charge no, Timmy P. Baby and Waka Obiani cheaper than £80. I can assure you that. So if you so baby £80, so your quality of advice at the manner. Fair enough. As a consumer, no, you have the right to go to wherever you want. And you're not there, Obin Timmy for so as a chinchina so by your home. Fair enough. I force a number consultation, you know. Na said you person me, you know, went me anyama me, send him seek hashim. From day one, the person has defeated the purpose, the objective. Because oh kwako ye bibi. Na udi kan de efishe wutrim se enye ye anase untimi moamia. Tina fie na dwono ho. Because wo pese me gina phone so, ema wo free advice. Na wonya de ope wi a, odi nyankopon hira wo aba be ye currency e de atua meka. Na landlord baso ba be gene renter mesim de nyankopon nhira ho atua neka na ono so eba ba bia wo ye adwuma na so so eba gi services a onso ka cho si nyame nhira ho wo ka beti ase nyame nhira ho enye currency obi asika ehwe obi bottom where you need to pay for a quality service no tua because adefo bia no in the long run no ne boarding so enti ebesre pi enkrata asem memfa nkoto chacha bebre di ko bebi onye lawyer ho okwa abun se ne passport nyina akoyira afi na lawyer da ko wada na you2 edweno ho no na obi be freo se me phone about 6:30 and ma switch it off because sebio obi nim de owoye obu a mistake ne mane basa bebu onim de owoye pa oba lawyer we no obeje kakra okwa no akoje kakra because office we 2.5 years afi ni akọ refuse no ofro na mensan kan na ne buofu ma fellow ya na mensan kan no e emergency eno ye wo emergency o blood pressure ne kosoro me ma won fa blood pressure ne meto me so because you created it. It's personally positive after 6:30 so be frame no nya ko minim na me fa phone no because ya pon obi frame me before 9:30 in the morning na se minim nipa na me fa phone no because office e be 9:30 to 5:30
obi TSC lawyer na obeka say eh sisi ade yeah no say bi o ya dream nipa sisi ade lawyer no o you rude o mu ade emra wo pe nipa de
Friday 2 a.m. cry no afa. Now Friday 2 a.m. now ko deep na chi ekoye case fight police anybody pie ba we say bia no aka cho say e de be na ye. Enti say bi o anybody many penity. Enti sometimes on a positive the truth is the truth. You have to stand your ground. Enti enye nipa ba ko penti na so no wa ko fa yare bia beto ho so. So ho enti aduru bia ne kra ne kan den but you have to say it. So ho
baby e free by no lawyer. Say bi o obroni ompe wasem a obemu ahu se ompe wasem but ye no onipa no ne wo sere pa so no
okun
na no ne ade a e say your community sabi o man Ghana ebo nyina no efa no efiri yen enye empanifo no onipa na ade ne nye enso hunu wa no ne wo sere kan kwar ne kire wunua se se ne lawyer ye kan enkrata asem ye mu bibefre efiri ye kromo ba no ya nso ankrata na mfiri Ghana ma ebi na mo nsu so ebi na mo sere so bebre na mo kwa hodo so ma bedru kru we sebo but se bia unni mu bibia bisa but ye mo bi no mo ho a ade ya reho ne se lawyer yi ono no se ne wo de se phone kra wa fra kra de wo fa ho dwane de ya ne se oti baabia obeka so Ghana fo lawyer fo de
no kind of photo.
So this is a problem ye ba radio so a ebia na wakaka sabi but one day you bet me ama insunsu aba wabusu because sabi obi ani wa na no obi kase bi kire me oh me de me British na me say are you an English already anya ayo kobere wo ye tuntum ti say me entino British passport no it is not by right, it's a privilege. It is a what me can say Ghana for lawyer for the also so about Kroma. One day you expect to say be Obanama you be point hey only pass my siba na ekoyo na ya eye me ya say yeti kro we mu a minua no ma mo position ya muntie so obi hu kire na ye mo ano but say onipa ni nya ba bi si a oh we ya soreba we ye say or ye lawyer or ye doctor or ye say but onipa ne mara ho bread ye hu no enti no wo ye Ghana ni ba ne de ana wo ye Ghana ni ya wo no de se woni mu bibia nyanto boase kona ko bisa enti na fie na se bio obi professional wakoye wase ne mere kro we made a lawyer dey pa ya disua me mo de book tuma ni say menka within 5 minutes meda na wo biti mi sore secondary school man for your mining
yes
it me dwi baba sa na wetin ma go say Ghana for lawyer for so takoto enti mo ye nya sa sebe pese me nkuminya onua ya de ne se wo face ade no otosia no wa encourage no watimi asore na onye ba bi gina wi a mo ba mo bubu nyina me de me nim bebu but me papa say se wo gina teche mu a ya ntwe obi dem wa se so nya asase pese so gina
that's right
enti se Ghana ni lawyer anya kura na oye okromu ni piano no onye ba bi nsi na mera Ghana for ye ko parliament go kromu ha no e beto mre bi no ye mana ya wo mo no omo so nya ba bi na afi no kro no wo be wo se afi Ghana ni e ma ne passport so or money certificate so a ye be value yen asa o my
positive ni bibi se Ghana for lawyer nya lawyers nya lawyer da kon kan
dabi
me point adwuma me connect o mo night shift sanu esen kama da
dabi se ekoyie ma wo de a hwe yen no ekoyie ma de a wo ye ne nyankopon wo na nkoyie de a wo ye ne tamfo entina no ne de Ghana for lawyer for no omo ye good but yen your problem ni say so wa ko obi ho no wa for consultation e bia mejo teku anasempo your problem is say you ba fidie so we try to educate people ye drum rofo anim a sebi o Chinese ni ye buruni
obetua
ke we Indian ni ye buruni eso no se o dru sankrofo no wa minia the way ya ho popo
obo no obetua
na ke say ye bre ho ase because of ni hu say na we de na sesa but ni o ya Ghana ni no me support lawyers o eyesi bia me ne lawyer da ko na muti no be ka se me ba ke no but ye no se bi ompanifo se upadufudi a e ka na obo because me ne da ko na me nye lawyer enti se obe frame me positive me person me bisa quick question na no be frame me positive me person me bisa quick question me say go ahead oh na ka me yesi ayi bia ba e ho na me say wo frame me say ofa me nye lawyer enti ne je lawyer ne number na book appointment enti se ye nyina na itime asu ade say I have to seek a professional minua nka yebeko yanim home office for your certificate ade bia na Ghana for ni we no omo di value be my because minimum say me yare a me nkonko gina obi a auto draw bass mu but I say me call GB.
That's right.
It is a uko professional wa hwe kromu ha no obi eton Jamaica aduane a me na so me koto aduane brofo no kana menti and then I program group papa me was say hey na Jamaica ni be brofo na e kana me so e Ghana ni was wow Jamaica ni ye aduane a ohu say what the adena sisi glasses mu wa ye bibia wa go on meeting everything grab it aduane no e ye bi o but ye de no sabi o ena mo sabi abro ni ba yenti ono no enya de na wo ton no si ono dwe ne mfa so be wa de bodo enti aduane no kura na oba na otema wo a
presentation
na afie no ye be ka se ye de ene ma bo de enti no mumma enne no ye ma ya wo mo hanamasa enkola no mu ni ba bi akọ enti se yen ya yeti krom ye ntimi anka ye ntoma amomu a ye ma no sebe ya hwe yi a obi be ka se generational curse enye curse ene ya start wo ye man sika yo last week o say you guy be already 20 say DJ ya stable na manawu ne ma me di ne ba krope
Edmonton
adenti na sese ba na sa
Ashtani boy Ashtani ba
enti no edru mra ye community no say ye seek professionals ne ye kan ntoma bomu a I believe say e be kakra no Crow we say, Yati say, Obi and him the best watching. That's right. So, say, I'm a plan say by 2040, cast and go city.
That's right.
And to say, plan say, no, your mindset ready free buy no. Mommy, yes, Obi Kasa, and now Kasa say Ghana. Say, answer, say, Adrian, Ghana for us, a motive, you know, more fast watching. If it's a negative mindset, you know, and what Chromano is too much. What could school, me a Ghana? Why don't I support me fellow Ghanaian? Near their common will be full floor. Now then I'm going here. What Betanaka said, oh, was 7 million man on your papa. What's what me say? Yeah, advert. Yeah, cousin papa. Only my decodina. Bisa. This is my problem. Oh, your software. Oh, software dear no own call law school. And yet, man, in fact. Only me say, oh, your doctor. Oh, your lawyer. And you are so be our lame. And to seek your lane. Yeah. Maybe see I'm a two way, my Juma. Say me madwuma me ye no untimi nkasa nche me be kasa me no munsu but say no ba bia be so me nim bebu na ma twi break enti lawyer ye de oh my Ghana for na
aban for bigu so na afi yen fa phone calls ni bi na hopefully I believe say kakra ya ka no e betu ni pani pifo say obi mpo ntimi entie bi na later oboti a ebe won se dey am kasa asem we so ko ba bi na say obi kan kwase asem mpo asebio odi etie bi ebia na ba ko bi wo ma na enyansasem a wo fa ebebo a ana obi ni ma obi kire ana mpanifo say ye pa yi hunti na ye kire boa enti e be fa phone call na fa yakoye nem ma me boatma wo ba bedru ye nko
good morning I'm on to say
nyankofo adom ene mo mpa ebo obi ahoye na mo so we hope say mo hoye
na me andawro my hoye na me chia positive ni owure obetena hoyi
ejeje
ejeje me chia opa wa ya de pa nye ni banyina na se bi obi e bibi ma wo be kai no betena ho wa ya de nya me hira na lawyer asemu a wo mo ka no me de lawyer da ko obi akasi wa ono nipa na asemu obi because wo nya me hira wa wiyo wa na case na ba wo so na ye take advantage dodo lawyer adie no be call lawyer wa ko tue sika no wo sika no boy na broni na de wo trial for contestation na or 150 pound 200 pounds.
That's right.
I mean I'm catching.
Oh yes.
What time no so wa se sare ko
awo watiko ntentem
awo watiko ni ye take advantage wo no ma bi mu a chese oye Ghana ni a wo ye Ghana ni nti no sometimes no adie ne kura nya wa se ye ni ye ma me na ebe yi
Mama Boatman go straight. Ghana for the same. Ye mu ye nua Ghana ni. Se ni nua Ghana ni a omunu. Yeah. That is one mentality. Oh, why Ghana ni? Ti ye de enye nipa.
Chese me pay election now okọ Ghana ni saloon bishop no ka chense can you vote for me? Or say nipa na say Debbie and you say pay house and mommy answer my vote. Wow. I then I'm pay house and mommy. And I could catch say give me the paper. If you want vote, if you don't want vote, it's up to you. But me no kurana who ba me nim now do documents so you are Ghanaian or be general forgery documents. I will never write any letter to the house. I won't do it because I Ghana need me and so catch him say me mama. Mr. Ophobia man me one time you. Because you see Ghana for no. But you take advantage of normal. Didn't you know open lawyer? If you read you will be Gina so I will catch you will spend it time. So we per question be a papa yama free bonto. Brasu never be a question. But the mu do a co office co triesica. Ne what nas no yanda you know no can. Now so could you know baby I want to Ghana for you. No go to school now you know. All the books now you know. Time on charge me train or train I'll be through on time and now would you know.
Yes,
and me and me. Yen sheni ye make a sense when you pay £200 a week and you already could eat the Wakana restaurant too.
Very now, Saturday now.
Yes, and no one here. And ye power chose it you couldn't see corner up a baby Jina walk canoe. A bedroom may have been a Koran lawyer. Maybe they may come out, you may be so. One now money be said so.
I know they drew.
Now Forest Gate, yeah. Ya was can't one way hairdresser for when you know my nails in India. I got it.
Croydon, Wednesday, I got some Panam Crofosa.
Yes, some Crofon in a Ghana for baby, Ghana shops in Amuko, Amu group putting in a Yakos Sabi more. I mean, how? Into what you have, born by.
Yes.
Ye be never more. Now only a bit more casa will be only been no go up them crataya de who out the back. Crataya de go to Croma.
This negative mindset. Meme, I believe it's a true fire life radio.
Because you only been into no one person being encouraged so being it. I for the yes, you are dear pa.
That's right.
But catch them lawyer that when you're me and run a joke hobby money in the Bamboo program on way. It was a
fantastic program, yes.
Very fantastic, very professional.
Pastor Kobe, very good.
So open a basso.
Yeah.
Was a professional.
Yes.
The program is excellent. In Pioneer Bonus, Koso. Na Friday, my wife.
Gideon is saying from 8 to 11. It was fantastic.
I just a won't pay when up at it. And she had a massive break, a cram canon, lawyer, or be over Cassie, be also a mamma and what? Oh, no, what's my cousin of Granny? Cousin of Granny and Kaya coat. I said, I could do it. I don't know this tacky and it's not only
they are some more.
I know, have a nice weekend.
Likewise, Papa.
Lawyer will be casting to be bar, lawyer say. Now, about consultation, we are not in Sa uni amekwa lawyer yi ona mi kasa boko tse na msa ka peso kunkum na nima na o se amekwa se oni mi oye free oni mi bin komo tse se normal komo na msi yo o pe do kunkum na nimu a eno so na emo a afi agra me sa ka na nema tse se afi de other masi so na Ghana for ni anepe obekọ India ni hono kunkum na nim obekọ bia se bia leta ni hono kunkum na nim anasa babala hono kunkum na nim
ns uni mabia your problem ne say yeah no. It seems to say, your money will be on the right to, but baby, I near one. We are teaching a right, no, and to know, say, hello,
Pacho Girasumaya. Why?
A hundred say, woman will be the writer. Officer Sabu, wait, Jimmy. And Tina, ya Sabu, ya, I'm casting Ghana follow ya for now. No, my kind of general, Debbie. Because Ghana follow ya for any who say, so, or the Obama client, not Sabu consultation, or bit me back, or baby Sassamono. Obia monte okoye na no wasanfre na ye ya ne say na se ya ne kra no matua ne ka maginis kan ti ya officer wato no enti na to bi wo ho ahwe asema ye kan no ofrefo onyo so kakra mai de enti ama
positive heat na
amrofo no enye so amrofo no nya sa chen yo dabi na ye yan adwen won wa sori ayeko wo komrofo asori a free willing obroni mfa so betima yi 10,000 aside check but ye no this oh what nyamika come for temper on farmer and to this wo hye ne nkom and ofiefo bayifo e be kekere wo kon enti £100 so and no enti to say ya munu ye nim ye nkunko ye nim a
ye ntijai okay bacha yemfa oni akrene gina so ache we very sorry pa 4694 pacho walande.
Oh hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon team pacho din dey say na kase fine.
You lawyer Mpacho, Mr. Ode. More people say.
Hey, Mr. O, Nyankopon Adam ne mo mpaibo. Ye gina so say aboa popi no.
We dey my pa mo die na me bom abaso. Na e better na etimi me.
Sa o.
Better etimi me. If you no say me dey ba.
Fabra ni anko. Positive deɛ ɔso anim bu.
Positive di na mama ba sɛ gya me kama no me bɛka ne deɛ ama no. Positive deɛ ne sɛ mpanimfoɔ sɛ ɔbɔfoɔ ne deɛ ne nam egu apa so.
That's right.
The lawyer deɛ wonam wapa no so ɛnam egu so deɛ fɛ sɛ yɛtɔn koro ɛnyɛ yie
ɛdɔɔso. Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing.
No, but when I say what you do, I saw for now, but banana propra. Debut. You go up past then once never found any part a what at century. And only a cat away your before.
That's right.
And the lawyer, the oil before, we are before. And they wouldn't be boabing a friend positive and then a bit. Nadia could see the
yes, yeah, that was it. South Sudan, yes, yeah, Pacific Edgananka, Yankasemi will be with you.
Hey,
okay.
Wait a minute, will be able to
that's if you say, very good. Yeah, party, and Tavasi, China, David. Ah, yes, you're getting a cocoonum, any corner. Okay. A month for because so phone, no, a play up Kakra. I said,
not all can be about employment. Yeah. Now, question only pan Obi San say. Now, or assetna, which is 5 years.
Yeah.
Now 5 years never be so no. And now a memo for started a day
tatano.
And you know, or submit application before answer na nenkrata no EU. And a memo for the says one file letter. Something to confirm a free efficacy one on my juma.
Yeah.
Now, or the coin check a grandson and second certificate of application.
Yeah.
Now, time and second certificate of application or the coin. Almost a month for Nibi.
Yeah.
On my unity.
Yeah.
Now, see, I will need panel. I'm an asset now. I'm as a in the red book. And now, Obisa said, Side Jumana, Omo Pamono. Unfair dismissal, obey me, BB, Alpha Juana.
Yeah, that's if he Obiaba on TM Fenny panel. You be an answer question among the Pacho 9784.
Hello, David.
Hello, Pacho 1 acre saying I hear I free.
Pacho make a free Northampton.
Northampton, Mr. Asari, young guy.
Yeah, that's what the question you mean. Yeah, Chen say many Mayor and Yankopandum, or maybe Yen Fee no Mamma and I say, number 7 who said, if free the banner, or no, at the Crum in Fienum, where Europe for Nibia, but I have in Fienum, opposite or yeah, affable, indefinite, but or yeah, me to me the media account.
Okay, provided they say, Ubit me approve, say, only now worry for at least 5 years. 5 years no only na atene kromu abom continuously say utimi prove sadia and also betimi the odie na kan ho.
Okay, you worry for 5 years. You worry 1 year ago, but night yatna atwetwe na nti ye no ye de kan ho na nyina ebom na obetimi de bae. But just yatna for 5 years and sana yetimi ayesaden.
That's right.
Okay, me that's it. Another question me didn't say, "O my mene or papa every Italy, Italy for right." But ni a woman, ni Italy woman, but more a young to go bibia. They say you say you ma omo a back room a best lie. Now omoba if I say omo percent say no relocated to a cromua, but ni Italy woman or quite benson at your first way you beat me. Ama omatene kromwa gajo maka
say omoba na say omutimi prove say omune omoba no ana ete omoba no na ehwe wo mu financial dependency so timi prove sadia obetimi age omatene because we European law na or say direct family members includes your mother, your father, your children, stepchildren, but you need to prove dependency. There is a case called Pedro. Before Pedro, no, now I was say Anka will prove say Tamomo Italy, no, on na esha womo. Ano mobile krumuano, wa continue idea asha womo. But Pedro no abi change him rano say. Eso prove say o mobile krumuano, una washa womo. And in this case, you know, say mamene papa ne ba possible tenancy agreement omudi nkoso, utility bills ni bi omudi nkoso. Na financial dependency, if at all possible, making a bank accounts now Odiska afe mama womo to show say financially no they are dependent on the child, which is your wife. But at the same time, no, I was my minister here Juma Sebio a bit me approve say Sikana Winyano is sufficient to be able to look after them. Because when to me inquire Juma maybe 2 hours was me na mission my papa. It will not make sense. And to Juma way no, I was say Sebio a year Juma a year convincing Sika Winyano, the money have to be money that can actually sustain the mother and the father was in the UK. Even though you may be working, but also Juma way no, ese eso any sana mekano. Tomo ba
okay.
By
yes.
honest. On by honest.
Okay. Okay, but that means that omo urban staff na ye mo busumisia na so amu omo nkem na ye mfasa anyoma no enye ema omo sana peso
say omo ba enstrahwe na so omo dwene e changes na omo sisese na ye ba ye ni age ye mpese e beku bi na se wutimi prove o wife ni timi prove say ono omo nete ono na ehwe wo omo a obetimi aye application in that respect.
Okay. Now, whereby I say, Ninian Munu, a can who will come and you, Omumi and Sancho meet me, I come on your marble, Ediamo.
I was a
year okay,
because meaning so many Tibuma, because wait here, now
we need to quit her, Mr. Menemiana back home. So the Unyawa in Toronto quantity.
Yeah, I was a year Baco, Sebu, Nejume Dima, Nancy the Seeker Dimono. So now and would depend also said the inquiry say they are coming to be a burden because European law say family members become one, they must not become a reasonable burden to the host country, which in this case would be the UK. To say anything you seek them and fees over UK. Why?
But yes, but that's about it.
Yes, yeah, that was a P. Mr. Positive, who was our question be about so bidding application call na ya catch and say on cotton fee. And ya mama because uncle the file lawyer be so and a lawyer need good no nim the warrior any pan on cotton fee. Yenya phone calls almost every day. The same problem. Because we beat or also as well your lawyer into no bear na day. And what do application beko? Employer beka say where is the evidence a chess application in the Home Office? And also because what they call that is not enough. Because a boy or no employer no or no never find himself in difficult situation should the Home Office come there. Then so they follow your biswa, the lawyer can be able to defend you. Because as I speak to you, only last week, one of my clients had the same issue. Visa not able 28th of September. And so no. About a month to go, near the care money pressure, say a bit permanent narcotic navy. Or catch me and I'm saying a big deal. And I make sure letter by email. I recommend employer no. And I make sure employer no emrenimu. I say emremu no. We decide an application at two if any in time application. And on that basis no, you cannot make such threats. Now if they continue with such threat, I will advise my client to stop working there, terminate the employment contract, and sue them for unfair dismissal. In this case, we call it constructive dismissal because it's turning into harassment. Me mo almost have warning, no, assembly worker. Say si odaso na adwuma o. But sankwanfa lawyer, near pam was say betinefi. And it's all betinefi for 2 months. Na say u lose 2 months wages. So no na charge was sankwan ko be charge you positive. And sometimes no a matter of choice. First, no me ti san sembo ya na me blood pressure ko soro. say metia na me yimeni because a choice the nipa make here and there's nothing that I can do. And I said you also do application kono enya me na me de koye timi control letter Emma employer and say what the application continue e also timi ye adwuma na de ben nya na me de koye enti I cannot put my neck on the line like that. Sometimes so can e be monti ase on fi so bo matiri more den, but the reality is say you did what was best for you. I also have to safeguard my career and my professional integrity because me control say odeko enyam nam de koye na ka se me fa ho evidence mra me ko fa no henfa meet me ko fa ne ba bia but the my they ask for evidence me na me de koye me de call special delivery me mo special delivery reference number be a trace and track me print it nyina ana me email ma wo mo omo hu ade na no the problem solved. It's not only one client that I've had this issue with. I've had so many, my clients coming to me and all that. So now I advise my clients. Say a begging poor, 2 months, I'm a visa now. Now we are there, now what they call. And the chances that on some can let it be before say best spine, I slim. And I say me the contempo, na say omoba back. I be harass or say we were here. I can always defend you. I can always defend it. But unfortunately, it's impossible for me to be able to go forward and argue, say, yeah, they are number on time, and I say the call and I say and that is the reality. That is a choice that people have to make. And unfortunately, meaning Obia, if you're losing a job to say, wow, or frame, it was too late. There was nothing that I could do. And all that I could do was to advise her and say, look, or that you can tell your employers is that the application is sent. How did you send it as well? One border cross over sending a special delivery, ordinary post. Same kind of you have a special delivery. And sometimes if you make mistakes, be a you know want to say, BBR you can do this can once, but if you ask no, you here and send your idea fatter. So, but it's a choice that people make, and will be making a choice and positive. You live with the consequences. That is the sad reality about life in this 21st century and in this life.
The text message is lawyer, another question. Now, on the financial book appointment, was say about Krumu Hase. Now, Obano Ninian didn't buy it. Now, Ninian didn't buy it. Omudru airport no, Onimu say, you're born in Sano, and I say I'm born in Sano. But any mana or the bedroom Krumuhano. Ninu anaje passport ni money in ako. After when ya oba or no obano, actually to the coup. Nani dianga sangasa or the yadimani fino. Onimu say, said dino. And on your application. And I also say, it didn't need another buy. It is here why confused.
The reality is a Kromwa, so change with you change it by way of deed poll legally. So change within by deed poll. And basically, so I change within you need a deed poll to show say who Kwame or say and I say Kwame J one ABS Afro cancer Jamina. Not one link the two names, and 2 year application now the deed poll na can home to show say you are one and the same person. Where shall ba now say Sebio Mawari and so. I always say this. Men ko tutrimika enko ye bibi. For me no, who ye bibi okromwa. Beginning na we seek advice. Said ya be hun say steps be so take no. Ubehun steps is so take. Because a one yen is sa na ukotu anamoni wi. Wadru finfin no. Afe na be seek advice a. Won hwe abesa ko echi. No asa start abo ani mu bi. Entina eye faster to seek advice from the outset. So, Oba say justice and law. It been all better na senior tion ni mu yi. Na fi amount proper legal and practical advice, so that you can do what you can make sure say you don't slip along the way. Unfortunately, obi ohonoma or slip we are and sena will seek advice. Afo beba no, ya catch you say Debbie, I hear wrong, I hear you say. Na eso sa ko wachi biem and sena was started. I was esana the frustration ebre enkrofo. Enti the mechanic said oni akrono obuku appointment na omra no mehu ye your number is 0207 993 5976. The number is 0207 993 5976. Your office hours are 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Mesre P. Obi also office a fee number. And I do 11 no afraid. And I do 11 no obi anyo. And enya do with me idea. I have some phone call at 11 o'clock. Make you because I'm exaggerating it, but you'll be surprised. 6:30 no be free. In your office. So tiebe semupi, some free the right timer. Definitely, mubenya but obi oha on free right time. And so not through be a catcher and say, oh from a crow winya womo. Oh from a crow be amfa derby. Sebio Montina yeba office. And to see a 2 upon be fresh yam fadi. And yet it will not happen. It be a tabby nipa ne frey no. Either say it was too early in the morning or too late in the evening. Timestre P. Say what the number name will be na wa catch nipa ne say on free between 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Aya ebeboaye am yetimi dealing with phone calls no ententem because enekra yeti Saturday officially yenye adwuma. Mijina air passes me phone ringe. Sisi asem ko anse nipa ne phone call de ne be kan bia no ebe kwa abonten. Went me amfa so a obi a wonte wase no. Oh my friend is I won fa, my friend is I won fa. Lawyer bia ni wase bio. Ohun so bi friend na onfa. E bia time no ana eni amboa no. Ti ebe srepi se entiase ebeye adwuma. Eden sema ye kanyina no nye se ye target obi ana se arrogant bi na aba yedimu a ye de etia kasasa na emom ye kasasa dia entiase ebeye adwuma because ye hu se baby bebre wo han ma entiase enya adwuma. It's a typical example when it comes to solicitors cost and I said the lawyers cost. Me refi se me kan ho asem. Obi betimi aba be hu. Boss lawyer mpese odi my application ko home office mami. Yentie de nipa na e kan o. Me pese odi my application eco home office mami. Lawyer ni so okay medical home office no. Ebia me charge you £200. That is the agreement. Or the co home office until the decision is made, that is £200. Enti adwuma obeye akopem time decision e beba no and e be cost £200. Ebi o de call ye se bre interview. Ye for interview as okay. Lawyer, mbese interview no. O come ho na de me call. Lawyer ne say, "Well, coming to the interview no, a extra job. Enti me charge you £20 account. Oh, there be send the SCC cause we can charge me £200. But eso who say time lawyer na charge you £200 no. Na interview assembly anymore. Na di machifa ko interview bia enye de enim. Enti se adwuma ni bi be ka ho a lawyer no be charge bia ka ho. Because sebio wo ye adwuma. Wo ko adwuma na se ma overtime a. Se wo nye ne free. Wo so charge ana meboa. Enti sana eno so akwa ye. Ebia wo ko interview. Bibia ko wrong. You refuse application. What about lawyer ho? Lawyer, he say refuse application there and be lawyer say okay, you have the right of appeal. And he appeal against decision, you know. So who say lawyer na appeal ya esa court no. There is extra work that needs to be done. Untimi nkase wetria lawyer ni £200 inti no. Onwie na adwuma no. Because of their home office, I'm a decision naba. Wako interview. Unfortunately, wako can wrong thing. I'm your refuse application. Lawyer ni sanya adwuma free biem because enye abia sebio dia wo pe no ti ye besre pi aya eho no yenti ase because babia sane ye no uko India ni ho uko Brunei ho obi abeko no ho bia when there is extra work obesa charge for the extra work because eye overtime say uko court na so on fanko first year tribunal na so charge o na say yemfa ne say for whatever reason ebia first year tribunal anye yi lawyer say you bet me I appeal. Fair enough. Lawyer ye appeal. Nyame adom judge agiatum eko upper tribunal for another hearing. Of course, the more no, the more you have to pay to the lawyer, unfortunately. So na justice and law there enye ye cases na nina make say most of the cases is one touch. About 80% of our cases. Yes, so ma eye inshira nko a. So And you know, Miss Repi, when it comes to cost, what the case come lawyer son from home office, a difference air court. And as a first year tribunal, a difference air apathy tribunal. Because a lawyer no air charge you. Na say wa anticipate say ebeko quarter. Won't be in charging count. Can you imagine say okako hu lawyer bi? Na lawyer na ka cho say oh middle case you go home office £200. Ekoni refuse wa and I say for interviewer £100. Ekoni refuse wa the message dey court ubetu another £200. Eti me kan nyina boom £500 tia. Officer adwene na ka be dwene. Obadwene be your lawyer nimpo dey ko no. Is anticipating say be refuse. And therefore obey be am refuse. No etimi anya says can I justify. So it is sanity here. And justice and law so balance or say. For example, yen for case go home office mawa. Our aim is to make sure say a home officer a bar ya the amount assembly worker. And that's how we operate. That's how we work. And you best repeat. I say you best repeat say yeah no sana ye juma basically. You make sure say your boy juma no amwo who say your boy juma no. Dear say ye biano ye beye ama sebio aye enkunimdie ama. Enti no ye guso ye boy juma most amount for friend na phones no ebri mani so kakra. Ama me ho kire mo wa. Enti mesre o oni akra afre o de fato so nesa afre bi na me mfa wontem na afi no ye hwede nyame be. Okay. Enti no sana etie the more lawyer na eye adwuma no and I said the more adwuma na eye complicated no the more time is being spent on the case no unfortunately the more na so na also be there also be tia ye no ana ewo eye ye aim say ye be make a decision no na say ye be application no na aye one touch amount but any cases ni na the because but I know say about 80% of our cases aye one touch. Yes. Our success rate is about 95%. Na adwuma so de ye pa. Omo masa na ye nka ho. Ye de ebo adwuma pa. And obi aba be so ahwe bia so be ka kiro say ekoyi e justice and law. Obi kra do timi ba, o se we de bibi wo. Anam say enye obofu ada bibi wo. Ade. Ye de ebo adwuma ngasa. Enti no sana etie. Enti ye dem say papa be friend number end of 94. Wa friend so many times. I'm looking for his number, knock my friend back, but it's not working here for me now. But you with me as a free beam, and yes, I'm in person na phone na every minute so kakra, I'm struggle kakra. But we do the best that we can. But you suit me free beam, maybe I meet me a foul CC na afe no, ye did you media na abana we na afe no, your coyenim.
Lawyer, another question.
Okay, oh, come me find us a call. I jam meso 94 patro safra brimwai positive frame na me kohwe nani ma na ata katiko yeah some more
my question
okay okay we for aba asemo obi for free timi room papa na timi room me patro 2877 patro with via casa.
Lawyer, good afternoon.
Musu good afternoon Nidi na patro wan e kase
nyame shira mo na eduma fa mo ye beti o pa na ya oni me kase African
Nana ya from Kent.
Kent mpacho.
Okay, mpacho. Utimi kasa nana.
Na ya mpacho de ni bisa na say we application fan say when EU ni bi ay application fa aware de mu. E ko ba say mo ko na ye free interview. Na se mo ko interview na say in case say anko ya. Itimi ejina ho straight ahead e ni pano kofi ma sa
it's possible but at the same time no it's questionable. The entire maker say home office guidelines nature say you chill be at least so many panel at least about 72 hour notice. A what maker say a questionable no unless it says I need panel bia yamane sa notice ne dada yamane warning no dada cause obi wo ha waye ye refuse no wanye ho hwe anya ma notice of intention to remove you ana wasa akoya application ni bi ana esi bra interview enti okoye na che se ya ko ne busebusa na no asem na so ka osako toto papa so a na kyɛ sɛ akɔyɛ double silence kyɛ sɛ there's no hope in the case ɛno yɛkyi nipa no a ebia ne plane ticket na yɛtwa gu dada enti yɛso anim a n'ani bɛba ne ho so wɔya na ɔno na ɛrekɔ no ebia to me client da 2006 6th of December 2016 is a day that I will never forget. Enipa ni behu me no behu me no na all panic na I could not understand. Ose lawyer dey fabi ko too mama and I'm saying, what is going on? Ose lawyer see me report on the 8th. No, or behu me on the 4th. You see me report on the 6th. And in the same DB ko to and send my kwa report. And I'm saying dear basem. And also so say one baby bi anko tuma and show kwa ebeche no. Enti na okan sɛ no ngongona bebrebe man ti ase all kono to be honest or frame me or say lawyer me ko bibi si ma menko and I'm say one kwa any chance I will be ano application no ebe say enti me de me ne wa meko fagidie etu anamo and I say lawyer mati ma me ko report we ebo 4 and frame no say ache no o ka say ache na ne take it and no send the brave enti me saka document de enti o ma che no na high court upon me ko judicial review a enyeji ana o mo so ma mi mu o ma che no straight to Heathrow on a plane ma me through plane na me office and na jo 11-12 o'clock na me to gina office because I felt so bad, I felt so guilty, you know. As a man who say oh they call report so yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, make I say Yankopon so wo hopa me mu ase. Ya de mamene ko Ghana. Neba afa phone soon. And I'm suing BB. I will do the best that I can. Na Yankopon be share mu nyam. Asmam ka share neba no. Na yen hwade at the verge of greatness e wona upon some sorry. Say uye BB. Na say obia e fight against you and no ni uye di. I'm telling you.
Oh yes. It's true.
I never give up. Menim nebe e fighting this case tooth and nail. As I speak to you, the woman is back in this country with papers.
Oh, thank God.
Afe ne na fofo a omudi e kire se ombeba forward aba be dia dance nyina no between God and man. Ye ba be kokoto mu nyina adwane. Enkrofo a sebio ye de maame ne koye ombetina manim ebusa me ensema ehye ebufuo. To be honest, sa attitude no ya Ghanaian lawyer, they don't want to show you respect. Just a show arrogance. Obitimi ba oh na lawyer sisi ade ni ko edie ebeda yeyi o wa akra wantimi anya hwe na yama chiki sa na me de eya me de se Nyankopon ma me akoma na man fa nye rude anase man mani pani chiki eto aso 3 times and I'm catch ma me ne ba ne say men fo bia ma mani mu biem because I've shown too much respect. I've got to a stage say obi ba mani biem we be say silly questions make sure say be free Ashtown. I will go back to the ghettos. I want to who says many abrepa and I feel jaye and I'm so far nini. If you don't have any trust in me, get the file and get out of my office.
That's all. I
for so lawyer Mr. And I'm saying if you want to fight with me, we are fighting the same corner there. I'm telling you, a very successful. I want to come more down. When you kasa, oh, you didn't go feed the chance 10%. You're lawyers so, and so now you ma comment.
Pocket lawyers.
I'm telling you. Told the last minute, intro statement court. Oh, me ya. Oh, me your man and I'm a business. And I say, excuses in Kwa. Me say, I feel crady. Last minute, me shaman, me never names are no soon. I'm sweeting baby. So warmer was yanny. Now, I don't say divine intervention. May put the case in Bremen to me and Yanko Ponch me coin. Me so Omanoma de say, Obobo Mudi, Miss William baby, Momu Yam running statement more. Even though they are under 18, but they will come to court and testify. A chronic casa, fi judge in your tapping so. Judge is my grantee appeal. No. Says you are making Mammy Yaba. I feel enough of more pooning. Why should be my mom from Channel? And so many name I. And if you are saying it, Anna Bob Marley was it only your best friend know your secret. It is only him who could reveal it. enti ewiase no obi can semchiro be very careful
extra
be very very careful because you see the oben wo no oni na enyahia oni na onyawa obeyew enti enye obi a odi na no beka say we yo obeba so beba so ana so obeka asem de gu asum na opo asem o enti sana ewiase ne tie
that's a part. If I make call you, or national get to know.
That's a part. Yes, that's why that
question we no man for me ni pe ma me fi say o mo be me am no mo come yeah would you not do ah ya do ko interview say no mo kan say no anything na me pese
the thing is say hwe ehu ayade a enye o ye bibi na say ehu ba wa fema enkoyi the bit we can say you for interviewer positive see it from practical angle you for me interviewee e die nkwa na bitimi ebusa me because a marriage interview and therefore that in itself will give you a clue. I said the questions is going to be based on your marriage and your wife's family and her own life and the Obani profile so because a dia Obani na worry baby a wono a normal say enkomo ebebem ovo nuan mana so nunuanom e dia ebebem sebio onye Jesus Christ honam ne wo no say papa ni Joseph enya God e dia obi ne wo no eno so no sebio enkomom ebebem dia wo pene dia ompe ne nationality ekwan no fa so nyaaye wa worry da na so worry da wa wo da na so wo da so these are some of the things unu obi a worry a normal stuff. Odi na worry na se muti boma efia mutim wo pa che se wodi fia wotim ana aduane a wo pe adabe na be fa mu bin. These are basic practical stuff you will know. So more I can tell you say my client be otie 2013 your friend interview enkrofo ka sem wonko anam si Joe menti enkrofo asem sebio oyire oye intelligent entino fa kokudroko interview no yebusa omo 112 questions each omo antigwan omo hwe ni nyina na we dey see here you say refuse omo case where can you say your answers are so identical it seems like you've been coached. I'm telling you and to fear nya so you refuse no so now I wish some go take up frack I testify I confirm say doing
I saw your funny
you refuse no
I'm the questions in nyina am adwi baba adan
oh enti I mean how possible enti in this case you know omo refuse you know I feel na bemabu o say me nko adan because it doesn't make sense to him yanko ya pio no nekro for ka chen say there be we dey atwa so na we dey ano oden oba nam so join bibi hwebe mo bamumu at the verge of greatness no ono bonsam unity no dey change wa adwene yen fan court ye do court judge na mana nkasa o di home office for nothing ese koda you know kosi so kosi da enti dey be na mo pe so se si american okitani indefinite enti eja wheels ya chiacha baby a obi edase so enti na sana etie enti nyakokudro edu baby a be sa negativity no forget it me ameko law school me ko to Ghana ni wo bank what you ask me ka kire me £8,000 and adequate school fees we law school we nya adwuma o ekromu ade omo ye racist as mo kan no na bibi be shame mu me say mama just give me the money me gis kan ni hu bufu nti I went straight to the law school and I gave them the £8,000 just for 1 year course. Boom! This is 2001. Me tried it straight away. But Kamkodine Chia at the verge of greatness and can come into animal.
And correct.
Till we are seeing it, you have to do your own assessment. Maybe not in Piboeti actually. So be a negative, I can't freeze any panel. Me, I didn't mean panning negativity. Or make someone criticizing me, and as someone pointing be a year wrong. Name if someone is being too negative, draining you down, must I forget it. Because in life, you have to be positive. Because if you say we are saying, so one you be BBC. Time and manners to free heaven, and to be into ene, a shem, and Tiafa Kukudru and Koyenim. Meda wasi be brave, Nana Yao. I want for a good line so far. Yeda wasi pi. Yame enkawo. Na on guide don't protect you.
Nana, as I am saying, go interview. You be some question on mobile. I must know. I didn't know you know much chance. The last question you be said then unpair one again home. or say idea on penny say Obana na yira da and then what me digit is electric machine because in the room come
positivity. Okay, I say you remember na we na Christ the Livingstone asafo eso abana omdi nyankopon asema emu ohwam a emu ehwam a eye enkwangye eba ebreye na de meka ne se ewiase pebibi bo ho ban aida so di nyame na bebo ho ban wo de Christ the Livingstone nyame ebebo ho ban ana se obekọ antoa ana se kwaku firi hono mo ene de eye wa wo de bi de meka ne se pebibi bo ho ban na de beboa wo ene onyankopon asem onyankopon Mr. nyankopon ebe ma na so ye oba
nyankopon Bible say ni bia hu nyame da eti nyankopon so ye be ma na ye oba de ye ni pa de intimate
me dem say nyankopon ye oba ti ne ka say mother nature no sa so na ka say nyankopon oba tampa na che say nyame ye oba oye the cosmic world nyankopon ye oba obi o ka say nyankopon ye be ma bi oboa nyankopon ye oba because ye de ma ana chechire man obi ka che me say me de me ye lawyer me say de info lawyer we de man kon no can be ma wo oye ma lawyer anam se me da na se pa because e be ma lawyer de eye kam ye be ma lawyer anke be ha me pa because cosmic mother eni nyankopon oba tampa oba ana e de obe fruit enti no be ma de untimi bear fruit oba and bear fruit. That's my argument. Enti se your ba lawyer na che se e ya de papa 694 biaba ye mfa na pastor dia e fa nyankopon asem na emre. Hello Mr. 694.
Hello lawyer me be Mr. O.
Hey, Mr. O, what's up, baby? If you have a card here.
You know, we the friends and the cat up of education and now over renew. Now, I am friends no as and if I got one part follow your hope and then see that's a my eco bucan. And I made me the parents may come because I said, Mom, I have pocket lawyers. So I don't know anymore. Positive advice.
That's right.
I'm a professional advice.
That's right.
Now, I just said what the corner be a procedure. I feel now to be that. Then when the people be said, would do to Abra, what time? Oh, it's the baby.
That's right.
And the moment seeking professional legal advice, especially from justice and law solicitors. Now, there be yes, you have one question. It's not a Catholic platform lawyer.
That was Mr. O number 10 and Cano. Mr. O every Friday be as you Jimmy be if any we GD saying na enradi some course one easy and very interesting and your input will be welcome papa Friday night between 9 and 11 so you're available definitely Fatu Mai na enradi na no ding but it was very interesting.
You like but I think emotion there and man no ding for na very
sa it was if